Hey everyone, greetings, welcome, and thank you for joining me. This reading is going to be a culmination of different styles and concepts for all of you to integrate into, to sit back, see what messages come your way, absorb the beautiful energies that will be given off throughout the reading, listen to some of the mantras that will be coming. This is going to replace my February readings because I am out of town, away for some time now, and will not be able to upload individual astrological signs for February. We will be using a whole variety of different cards. There's a stack of different decks here that you see in front of you. I haven't made up my mind yet which ones will be used for which reading. It is going to be very much spur of the moment and intuition guided. I am going to be working very intuitively from messages that come in as well. So this is replacing the February individual astrological sign readings. So with no further ado, I will start now, and I will be starting with the air sign reading. That much I do know, because we have moved into this air sign energy that's kind of not taking control of everything at the moment, but it's really being known out there. We're moving into the age of air sign energy. As we know, I've talked about this, the age of Aquarius. So that is the one I'm going to be doing first for all of the air sign people. We are using these 4 different decks of cards. We will just work our way through it and see what spirit or cosmic or celestial energies want to bring to your attention, help you focus on, create meditation with, or to promote healing with as well. We will start first with this deck of cards here. It is an absolute beautiful deck. It works with the energies of crystals and mantras and angels. So it's a great way to start your reading for you air sign guys. There's a jumper, there's 2 jumpers here. So the angel of calmness and the angel of energy fields are the first 2 that have come out for you. Now these do have beautiful mantras with them. If any of you are feeling a lack of calm, or if you are feeling as though you are noticing the energy fields changing around you, you may feel inclined to utilize the mantras from this. So I will read this out to you. The first one on the left, the angel of calmness. I am calm. I am at peace. I am relaxed and all is well. I live a spiritual, peace-filled life. I sail through life on calm, nurturing waters. I enjoy good health free of inflammation. I'm thinking the crystal on the other side of this might be a fluorite. Inflammation is something that a lot of people are suffering from in our modern society. It can be brought about through a whole raft of different reasons or causative events. Some of them are hereditary. So inflammation can be things like inflammation of internal organs like the bowel, the appendix. It could be the stomach, which could be like celiac or irritable bowel syndrome. It could be inflammation of joints or bones in particular. Now sometimes Aquarius people the air sign Aquarians can be very prone to inflammation of joints and bones, especially in areas like their ankles. So we will see what the crystal is in a minute when I turn it over for you. But if any of you are into crystals, as you know I clearly am, looking in the background, crystal usage can be very beneficial on your body, or using it for meditations, or for wearing them, such as I am wearing at the moment, a beautiful preonite and a tiger's eye bracelet. You can also make elixirs from crystals as well, and there are many different books that tell you how to do that, but basically it is soaking a crystal in a dilute in water, like a litre or so of water, and then being able to drink that water afterwards, so you are drinking the energy of the crystal. Let's see if it is a fluorite. It's a sodalite actually, so not the fluorite. Sodalite, are you experiencing physical inflammations? Do you get headaches or sinus conditions? Is a situation in your life inflamed or turbulent? Use visualization, meditation, aromatherapy to calm yourself, and use these tools to experience peace and tranquility. And obviously the use of a sodalite crystal would be beneficial as well. I also think fluorite could be very beneficial to help calm inflammation. So this is very much, we're talking here on the physical plane at this point in time in terms of physical inflammations, headaches, sinus conditions, or bone conditions. And the other one is there a situation in your life that is inflamed or turbulent? So if you are having anything that you are experiencing agitation or this lack of cohesion or flow or feeling of providence around it, then apply this energy of the sodalite and utilize the mantra that was on the back, the angel of calmness, and deploy this into situations in your life at the moment. We know that there is, I would say globally, a lack of calm around the planet, and some of it is physical lack of calmness, and other is lack of mental calmness due to perhaps the situation that is still traversing the planet to do with the big virus issue. So we all could imbue more calm and peace. This one here, the angel of energy fields. I am grounded and focused. I enjoy relaxing in nature to regenerate and rejuvenate my energy field. My body easily deflects electromagnetic frequencies in my environment. I balance my life with fresh air and sunshine. So let us see what crystal this one is as we turn it over. Tourmalated quartz. Are you a slave to technology? I think so many of us are in the modern day and age. But this is an interesting thing because, as we know, especially the air sign, perhaps Gemini and Aquarius, technology really suits you guys, because for Gemini, your technology is based in communications, and that's what our whole technological world of computers is all about, is communications. And for Aquarius, you guys are so technologically driven that you will make the changes that are coming forward on the planet. So there's this whole perception of technology as being the advanced way that we are moving ahead. I think it is difficult to remove yourself from technology, but obviously if you could turn the computer off, if you can turn the telly off, shut yourself away completely from any forms of technology, especially things like the Apple watches or the tracking watches that people wear. Take them all off, leave everything at home, and go to the beach or go for a walk, rest in a park somewhere under a tree, preferably away from CCTV cameras, or somewhere where it's really natural and you feel as though there is nothing else around that could be technologically driven, and just feel the earth's gentle energy and connect with her hum, her vibration, and gain her power and regenerative energy from doing something like that, like just taking the moment in time to be disconnected from the fast pace of human society and go back to the glorious natural energy of stillness with Mother Earth and taking the time out. So that could be a really good thing for a lot of you to do, especially if you have felt a lack of calmness or you are feeling pressure or stress at this time. It says here as we carry on, are you being bombarded by too many electromagnetic frequencies? Amplify the protection from these draining forces by reconnecting with the earth. Take periodic breaks from electronics and re-energize yourself, not through electronics, but through, as I said before, nature's natural force field. So again, if you have tourmalated quartz, this may be very beneficial for you as well, and you can utilize the angel of the energy fields on the back of the card. So those mantras might be worth taking a photo of and putting them up somewhere, as well as the crystals if you do have them. So I think that's enough to start with from there. Let us move into these cards, which are also very healing. These use the angels. This is the Angel Therapy Healing Deck by Doreen Virtue. Now, she does no longer produce any of the cards that she used to make. So I think sales globally around the world are stopping. So once people sort of run out of her cards, or they're no longer able to be used, like they're damaged, or you lose half of the deck or whatever, they won't be replaceable. So this is an interesting time that we're coming into, even in the paradox of that, because she used to be so interested in her work with what we call the light, that she's kind of switched completely and been taken away from it, in essence. So she will leave a big hole in the field of creative art, works and expression, and connecting with the light sources. But there are so many other talented creative people out there, and so many people growing into this realm, that we will see new, powerful, more future focused, creative, celestial, spiritual people come through anyhow. In fact, it's almost like it was her time. And I think when we talk about these sort of messages, we're referring to not just her in particular, but about the way time is evolving and how we're seeing things dropping off and the new coming in. And I can't reiterate that enough. It's as if we have to sort of say goodbye to the past and accept the new. Even though sometimes we may not like change, change comes to us. We don't have to go to change. It is inevitable. And so by embracing it and just allowing it to take its course and go with the flow, we find less pain or less trauma or less lack of calmness. Some change is difficult and arduous, and some change is not necessarily better either. But by working through all of those processes, eventually in the future, you come to the point where the change will have worked itself out for the most beneficial way forward. This reading feels as though there is change in the air, and that makes sense. Pardon the pun, change in the air. So yeah, I think this is a big message for all of us, and the 2020s will definitely be the provider of that, or be the kick start that gets us going. So what would you like the people who have chosen this one, the number 1 reading, for them to see, hear, feel into, understand, or experience in a way of healing or opening up to? Fairies and pixies. You have a strong bond with the fairies, and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature. So we've started the reading off talking quite a little bit about Mother Nature, and I think this is another focus that is becoming clearer as we move again into the 20s, that we are realizing perhaps some of the things we have been doing in the past, the way we have lived, the way we have grown and treated the planet, may have been with a lack of foresight. I think we were so excited in the industrial era about the new possibilities we were coming across that we didn't look far enough into the future to see if it would be viable or sustainable or logical. So the fairies are the gatekeepers for looking after Mother Earth, and they are in your gardens, especially if any of you are lucky enough to have big gardens. You'll find pixies and fairies, elves, that type of, they're very high vibrational little energy fields, and they dart about. They're very quick as well. Sometimes you can see them or feel them as light beings or little flashes of light. You might see them as movements in your gardens or your plant areas. So you might feel engaged when you go outdoors and spend time with nature. You may receive messages. You might feel more compelled to be open to creativity, to ideas, to resourcefulness, and to be re-energized. Now I also see the little birds down the bottom too, and I often think that birds are very, very magical. There's a whole lot of things about birds that don't make much sense if you get deep enough and, you know, remove yourself from the logic of birds. But birds may well be associated with the fairies and the pixies in many different ways as well. So that's another message for you guys, to spend time outdoors. It's also spending time with fleeting, quick air type movement as well. The Ascended Masters, powerful, loving and wise spiritual teachers, are watching over and guiding you. So if any of you are wanting more protection, then you can call upon many or any of the Ascended Masters who might be around at this point in time. And as we move from February and into March and April, where we come across the Christian religious celebration of Easter, some of those ascended masters will be more available and more powerful around the planet, shining their light and their energy field. There are many wonderful teachers that can teach us the various acts and ways of sustaining healthy life, both at the physical level and at the spiritual level. And the ascended masters can take you into their realm, if you like, or into their frequency field. And we talked about energy fields before, and that's what the ascended masters will show up as an energy field. So you're getting a couple of messages about how this could be transformative for you, or it could be very supportive or nurturing. So if you are interested in connecting with them, you might find a very nice feeling of support or protection or nurturing or joy, peacefulness, calmness through this energy of the ascended masters, which could also come to you through this high vibrational frequency of the fairy and pixie realm as well. So they're all linked and associated in many ways. They're not dissimilar from each other. So that's some nice positive energies. There's a lot coming in here about feeling very floaty, feeling like an air sign energy, feeling as if you are in the air, or as if there is messages coming from above, or from the winds, or the cosmic winds, or the solar forces, the celestial. Workshops and seminars, attending and giving speeches as part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. So some of you may read, you may attend workshops and seminars. They may be online ones. You may be feeling as though you are at a point where you would like to see or feel expansion in your life. You might be questioning things about, why have I done this a certain way, or why do we behave in this manner, or how can I learn more about upskilling myself, whether it be for your career or your personal growth or your soul growth. So there's many different ways this card can actually reflect itself or create the energy pattern. For some of you, this could be about learning more in terms of a new job or furthering yourself in your own career. For others of you, this may well be about a soul engagement and connecting with these ascended master messages or energies and learning more about how to balance the calm and the peace in the life and the energy fields of sustainability, or knowing when to work and when to rest, or when to work and when to play, or when to be able to offer your support and energy to others, but also to nurture yourself as well. These can be all of the sort of things that you could learn from attending these, or reading and hearing from other people as well. Some of you may be teaching other people a variety of these types of aspects of life. Have you asked your angels for help with this? So if there's something on your mind that you feel isn't being answered, or you are waiting for resolution, or you are wanting something to come through, or you've just been patiently waiting in the background, did you ask anyone for help? Or have you just sat there thinking, well, I want this to happen, but it's not taking place? Until you ask, until you put it out to the universe, it just sits there in the inbox. You know at work yourself, if it's sitting in an inbox and nobody picks it up and deals with it, is it going to get done? Will it move to the next stage? Will it get finished? No. So it's the same thing here. If you're asking for something or wanting something, take it out of the inbox and push it out to the universe. Make that quest known. Allow them to offer help. You can ask any of the angels. There are many, many unknown angels. You can ask the higher archangels. You can ask your spirit guides. You can ask your guardian angels. You can ask any celestial energy helper, or just the cosmos or the universe or God, whatever you would like to call the energy fields. But once you put it out there and ask, then you are promoting that very question or desire to take shape in the celestial and come down into this realm. So don't be afraid to ask. But I always clarify that with saying you must then show gratitude and say thank you for bringing this into my energy field. Crystals, no surprise that that card has come out. It is just embellishing the fact that we started with these two beautiful crystals for you down here, and we utilized the mantras as well. So sodalite and tourmalated quartz. I do have a sodalite. It's a very, very big one. In fact, I love it because it looks like the earth. So I often look at it and think this is just like Gaia herself. So the sodalite is very much like an earth energy crystal anyhow, so anti-inflammatory. I don't have a tourmalated quartz that I'm aware of, so I can't put that into the reading. But let's see what the last one of this was. Archangel Raphael. It's beautiful that one of the angels has actually come out specifically. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. So Raphael is known as the angel of the gift of healing, especially through gentle, subtle energy fields and through the heart in particular. So if any of you are requiring a heart healing, this could be very beneficial for you at this time. And with that in mind, perhaps this is a good opportunity to bring in a sound bath. I do have a beautiful Tibetan bowl that starts at the heart chakra and then works up to the third eye and the crown chakra energies. It's rather a magical bowl. So Raphael can bring healing not just through the heart, but through any of the etheric energy fields into your life at many different levels. So if you have been hurt or you have been suffering trauma, whether that is physical or emotional or even spiritual over the timeline of this life or past lives, then Raphael can help to bring calm, gentle, healing energy to you. So let's put Raphael down there, and I will focus in on that card with the others in the background, and we will promote a sound healing energy. This is the particular bowl, this one here. May Archangel Raphael's healing energy be sent to you now through the cosmic energy waves, through the morphogenic energy field, through time and space. And may you receive this beautiful sound bath and Raphael's healing energy at whatever level is needed for you individually. As we start at the heart chakra, the energy center and the emotional center of the body, we move up to the third eye, the eye of intuition, and to the crown chakra, the Sahasrara, to connect with all cosmic messages and insight coming in for you, clearing the pathway to allow for healing at all levels. With love and gratitude, I accept this healing now, in the here and now, and in the past, the present and the future. So with that in mind, let us move to the next deck of cards for you guys, which is like a tarot deck. This is a energy oracle deck by Sandra Ann Taylor. I think a lot of readers use this. It's a very popular deck. It's quite intuitive and can go into many different aspects of energy fields. So your first card out is a beautiful one. It's another angel who has come in for you through the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. So she will also help to bring healing and open the fields of creativity. She is very much about expression and the personal body, as well as the art of passion and creativity. The sacral chakra emanates from where our ideas and passions stem, both from the physical but also the emotional and the thought form field as well. Archangel Ariel, for some of you, could be allowing a healing to take place at the second chakra level, especially if there have been physical traumas through that area of the body. And when we think of what that part of the body is, it's through this area here, through the pelvic area. It's also the male and female sex zone centers. So if there have been any physical traumas through there, any illnesses or problems with conception or cycles of fertility for males or females, this may be a time where there could be a healing coming in here to help regenerate or re-energize or clear away any debris in that particular field. This is also the area where we see the propensity for ideas coming in, conception of passion of ideas and productivity and creativity in all areas of life. So again, Archangel Ariel may help with that. So the two angels working together there for you. What else is here for this reading for the choice of number 1 and also air sign people? Oh wow, now you have the healer of the ages. You've got these 3 powerful high-ended healing energies and angels coming in. You really are receiving a powerful celestial reading. That healer of the ages I often think of as the Christed white light energy. And don't forget, down the very bottom we also had the Ascended Masters card come out. So if any of you are looking for healings at this point in time, you have now the heavyweights of everything going on here. It feels to me as though some of you in particular who are listening in and tuning in, this is almost like a personal reading. You are being gifted the cosmic force field that's coming into this reading, the light and the energy coming off these 3 cards in particular. They seem to be emanating up this beautiful white fractal light that is coming into the video. And coupled with that, the fact that we've just done that sound bath for you, it feels as though there's this real power of pulsing, gentle white light energy. It's strong but soothing. It comes back to that word calming, one of those first cards that you received with the crystal cards as well. Peace and calm for all aspects. There's some of you, this is very physical, so it's healing something physical in the body, and it could be around this area here, but it doesn't have to be just that part of the body. For others of you, this is taking you or lifting you higher again. Is it lifting you emotionally? Is it lifting you spiritually? Some of you, it's healing the heart capacity or opening the heart chakra back up again. Wow, this is really truly beautiful to be gifted so many glorious high vibrational frequencies in your reading. It really is very, very lovely. Let's see what else is in here for choice number 1 or the air signs as well. And just remember, if you're not an air sign person and you chose number 1, this is all still fine. You are meant to experience this reading and hear the messages. You may have an air sign rising. You might even be associated with other air sign people in a very close way. Oh, the thinking man, happy family, and attachment. So attachment could be what these ones have come in for, to help clear any darkness or any attachment that has been around. Attachment can happen when we experience pain or suffering or loss or grief through relationships quite often, but we can also be attached to other things in life, such as materialism or technology or a certain aspect or a certain principle or a certain belief as well. So for a lot of you, there's an ability here to have attachments released from you, to feel a freedom coming, to feel a lightness of being. So that's a very powerful floaty feeling, and I've talked about this before. I feel like there's this floatiness coming and there's this lightness. So this attachment can be dropped off, or it can be released from you now if you are ready to let it go. So for those of you who need to drop something off, it could be an obsession, it could be an addiction, then this could be a very, very cathartic, powerful time for this to be enabled and to happen. You know, really allow the energies in this video to come into you, meditate with them, do what we said before at the beginning about going outside, spending time with Earth, pulling on her powerhouse energies, magnetizing yourself with her strength so that you can gain strength to get through anything that you are trying to drop off or have dissipate in your life. It could even be emotions that have been controlling you that you wish wouldn't, that you wish you had more freedom to feel the lightness of being as well. The Happy Family card is truly divine. It's beautiful. It's like the Four of Wands. It talks of happiness in communities, especially families or family groups of people who you consider your family. It can also mean marriages, weddings, celebrations, events such as that, the birth of a baby. It can mean moving house, purchasing a home, renovating a home. It can also mean going on a holiday to a beautiful location and staying in a nice place and enjoying that and feeling sated and happy and protected. There is a lot of protection in this reading for you guys. It is very encouraging and it's very powerful in the background. The last of these cards was the Thinking Man. I always picture him as an air sign energy, often a Libran type energy. He holds in his hand the beautiful crystal, which is a quartz crystal, but in this instance I will put in for you my little abundance cluster, and I will pop it there on his hand, and that will activate the thought processes that he is deploying into the reading and bringing about abundance from that cluster of crystals. For some of you, it might be a message to say that if you do deploy thinking or strategies toward a project or an area or a desire or something you are trying to create or have come into plan, then by doing so an abundance will follow, meaning it should show success, or it should start to materialize, or it should take shape. There is the propensity for a positive outcome or direction when we have this card come in and when we apply the abundance crystal as well. We have one last deck for you guys. This is a favorite of mine. I haven't had it that long, although time goes so quickly these days. I've probably had it a couple of years. These are the Animal Oracle deck. There's quite a few in here. I don't know if we should work with all of them, but perhaps we'll start from the top. Elephant Spirit, learn from the past, 25. So there's something from your past that you have to learn from. Now we're in a cycle where the planets that are holding the grand gesture, if you like, of life are telling us what to do and where to go. And one of those is Saturn. And he is the master ruler of karma, and karma is from the past. So sometimes this could be a message for some of you about the fact that karmic patterns are being shifted or being allowed to be reverted and being healed and being freed. Now this whole reading we've had this feeling of something being lifted for you, like you've got this amazing energy protection belt. It's like a belt running through here with all these ascended masters, healers and angels in protection, and this attachment card as if to say they are helping to disperse any negative or dark energies that may have held you captive, and they are creating a flow upwards, like a feeling of lightness. And that could be from past karmic entrapments. It could be from past issues that you've dealt with. So the elephant is still telling you to learn from whatever situations you have been through and wherever it has brought you to now. So it is still really prevalent, or not prevalent, it's still really relevant to understand that the past brings us to where we are. So it makes up who we are, but we are still moving forward. So we are never just stuck here. As we move forward, we change, we disperse things, we grow, we drop things off, we add things on. But there is a message to remember something from the past for you guys. It could also be that going back to the past to revisit something could be very powerful and potent for you. It could be going back to re-pick something up, or to relearn it, or to let it go as well. That's a personal message that you have to think and ponder upon a little bit. Wombat spirit, be at home. And we had this beautiful happy family card, which is very much about being at home as well, and feeling grounded in particular. And we started off feeling grounded with Mother Earth's beautiful messages and mantras and utilization of the crystals. So the wombat comes to you to tell you also to be at home and to feel safe in your home. But home isn't just a house. Home is your soul, and home is feeling safe and secure and having the base chakra flowing and activated as well. So I think for some of you there's work about understanding the happiness that can be found from within and from the bottom of the ladder as you work your way up. We don't always have to be flying high in the air sign energy and moving really fast and moving at 100 miles an hour. Sometimes when we slow down and ground ourselves, we learn and we feel the subtle energy fields, and we can understand and think a little bit more and process things with due diligence as well. But the wombat spirit is a very gentle and it's a slow kind of burn, if you like. It's about being contemplative. It's about taking one step at a time and about grounding yourself and being able to see all there is on the pathway without going too fast. So slowing things down. But the next one, what a dichotomy. Antelope spirit, life is speeding up. So even though you're being told to ground and be grounded, you know, like an earth energy person, and feel the home energy and know that your home could be a very safe haven, we see that for some of you life is speeding up and there are changes taking place. And I think that that is what is happening for most of us, even though we're not aware necessarily, because a lot of us have spent much time at home for the last year now. But while we are doing that, many changes are happening in the background. And I actually think it's the universe's way of protecting us by keeping us at home over this last year. It has sheltered us while we have moved into this new energy of the age of Aquarius, which is so full of many changes. And yes, I totally agree, for all of us, life is really speeding up. Another thing too, you may find with regards the animal essence cards, you may come across these animals one way or another. Some of them may be spirit guides, but if you do come across them, you might see them in books or in movies. You might see them in real life if you were lucky enough. Then they have even a more empowering message and more energy for you, and they'll send that energy directly to you. So I think there was another one that came out. Vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. And I think that's a really prudent aspect of one of the first cards that came out when we talked about the way we live. Is it sustainable? Are we doing the right things for ourselves in particular, and for our families and the way we live? And if you think of something that we could do to change things and to utilize more of what we have. Now this could also be talking about, when it says nothing is wasted, it means your ideas, your concepts, your energy, your time, your love, your gratitude, everything. And when we know that if we disperse it out, if we utilize it, if we act on it, if we put it into action, then nothing is wasted. And when that is the case, where everything is so efficient and everything works and everything moves forward and propels us, and then that makes sense too about life speeding up. So the less we waste, the more productive we actually become, because everything is usable and utilized. So there was one more. Snake spirit, time to heal. And the snake is the global insignia for the health signs. You'll often see the snake wrapped around like a mast or a pillar of some sort. So he represents health in many, many ways. And when it says it's time to heal, I think that's a magical way to finish this reading, because we have spent so much time, or we saw so much coming in for you about the healing realm that seemed to take over the middle of the reading with these power agents that came in and produced this magnificent energy, as well as the sound healing. And then the very last card for you, which can go in the middle, was time to heal. So what is it that you would like to heal? Is it your heart? Is it your health? Is it your mind? Is it your physical body? Is it a physical injury? Is it an emotional injury? Is it your career? Is it the love of Gaia? Is it the environment? Is it friendships? Is it love, romantic relationships? Is it your energy field? Is it your belief system? Is it your personality? Is it whatever you want this to be? You can heal anything at this point in time. These timelines that we're going through, the energy that is coming down, it is so profound, it's so wired, it's so palpable. You can almost feel it in the ethers. You can grasp it. There's activation, there's creation, there's movement, there's flourishment, there's change and growth and everything. It's just magical in many, many ways. So I think we will stop on the end of that for your reading, and this is for February, okay? But you can use this for any timeline. You can come back to this time and time and time again to utilize the power of the many, many agents who have come in here to help with you and help raise your direction, your choice, your flow, your energy, your body, your spirit, your soul. They've come in here to offer you what it is that you're seeking, to gift you, if you like. So this is a gift. This reading is a gift. So I thank you all very much again for choosing to watch this. So thank you all again, and I wish you the very, very best. And if you choose to watch some of the other readings as well, I'm sure you will be just as thrilled that you have done so. So thank you for being part of Team Celestial. You all make up the energy of power and light that goes out and disperses itself through the cosmic ethers and helps every soul on the planet. So much love to you all. Namaste.